I, female 18, recently just had my 18th birthday. It was nothing big, I just went on a shopping spree with my own money. When I came home, my mother and stepfather decided to sit me down and lecture me on how I'm an adult and I need to start paying rent because they weren't going to house adults for free. Even though my stepdad's 23-year-old son lives here for free, but that's beside the point. They told me that I would start paying $650 every first of the month, starting on the first of next month. I tried to bring up how my stepbrother doesn't pay anything, and it was unfair to spring this on me when I had just turned 18. But they responded that I must have the money since I went shopping today. Now let me tell you, I pay for everything I have: phone, my car, which isn't under any of their names, my clothes, and even the food I eat, because they claim I overeat, even though I don't. So I agreed I would, but then since I was paying for everything I own, they no longer could treat me like I'm a kid. Instead of them looking at me like I'm their kid or stepkid, I would be looked at as a tenant. They no longer could give me curfews. I would be disabling my life 360, and they could no longer just barge into my room because I pay for it, and they no longer demand anything besides rent on the first of every month. I also told them that if they couldn't follow my rules since I was paying rent, I would rent a room somewhere else. They started an argument, and they started yelling about how I was disrespectful and that this was their house, and they didn't have to follow any rules of mine. So I just left. Now I've been getting calls from my family, calling me ungrateful and saying that my mother could kick me out. So am I the idiot? $650 for one room? Leave now. Cut contact. That is so disrespectful. OMG. I'm literally shocked. The dynamic changes once rent is brought up to an 18-year-old by the parents. End of discussion. I hope you can get a place with some roommates in your area. You are not the idiot. Just be petty. Before moving out, say that you want the same rent stepbro pays. You two pay an equal amount as adults, or you move to see what they say. Move out anyway, of course. I bet the extended family harassing you on their behalf doesn't know about stepbrother not paying anything. Yeah, this is some real golden child BS. It's also bizarre that they were so enraged by you spending your own money on yourself for your birthday. I can't work out what's going on in their heads here. Remember that living elsewhere, you'll need to not only cover rent, but also pay for utilities, contents insurance, all of your groceries and toiletries, and so on. Make sure you understand the full cost before you leap. I never get the logic these parents have, just suddenly springing in on their kid at 18, especially on their B-day. They cannot have it both ways. The fact that they've been charging you for food is insane. In the U.S., parents are legally obligated to provide food and shelter for kids until adulthood. My mom did the same thing to me. It's infuriating. She charged me $500 for my old bedroom. She lives in a 6-bedroom house and wasn't supporting me in any other way financially. I moved out after 2 months, but now my brother's been living in the basement apartment for free for almost 10 years, and she wonders why I rarely talk to her. None of that is okay. I'm so sorry, OP, but they've shown you how they see you, and I hate for them to continue to take advantage of you. Grab all your important documents, find a new place to live, and don't ask for permission or try to reason with them. My wife and I were separated for 6 months on her wish. Let's just say both are at fault, but that's not relevant. I found out that she was sleeping around a few months into separation, and I called her in anger. She told me that we never discussed exclusivity in separation. We did not. It was a mistake, and that if I wanted her to stop, she would. I thought about it and told her to do whatever she wanted. It's not like she can undo that, and if she slept with him once, it's not different from doing it more than once. I started dating again too, and I'm kind of in a relationship with a woman for whom I have romantic feelings. We're not exclusive though. She can date other people, and I can too. My wife wants to reconcile now that she's worked on her issues. She's going to therapy, etc. I'm open to it as there are kids involved, and I see a genuine change in her. We can make it work, but I'm in love with this other woman too, and I want her involved in my life. So I was upfront with my wife. I'm willing to work on our relationship, but I'm not willing to let go of my girlfriend. She said she never had intimacy after I called her that time, as she thought it would hurt our reconciliation if that happened. She even showed me her message to the guy about never contacting her again and blocking him one after I called her. I told her it wasn't relevant that she stopped. I love my girlfriend, and I like her company. She asked me how long I plan to see her, and I told her as long as possible. She's not a fling. I love her. I can't just discard her, nor do I want to. I don't plan to build a family with my girlfriend, nor does she. I just want her company. I want to build back my family with my wife, but I want my girlfriend too. My wife protested, but I told her that she was the one who wanted separation, so she couldn't expect me not to fall in love with someone else. So here we stand. I do want to reconcile, but I won't stop seeing my girlfriend. I love my wife and I love my girlfriend. I don't plan to choose. My girlfriend is okay with me reconciling with my wife. Why are people like this always people who have children? God, I feel bad for them. Everyone's the idiot here. Sorry, but this marriage is over. OP doesn't reconcile with the kids. They'll only hate you for creating an angry, uncomfortable home. Go for a divorce. Enjoy the girlfriends you love and work on being a good co-parent with your ex. Dude, your kids will grow up watching their dad leave in the afternoons to spend time with his girlfriend. Be with the person you love, because this would be ridiculous. Parents divorcing sucks, but if you guys are mature about it and co-parent really well, your kids would be better off than they'd be having parents who are not in love anymore. Kids aren't stupid, and you wouldn't be able to keep something like this from them, and they'll eventually resent you for it. Rip the Band-Aid off. But I do want to reconcile, but I won't stop seeing my girlfriend. I predict neither wife nor side chick will be around in 6 months. Just get a divorce already. This is ridiculous. You can't have both, dude. You want your cake and to eat it too. Your poor kids, if you have any, just end it with your wife now. It's not likely to last. I, 18 female, recently wrote my country's university entrance examinations along with my cousin's sister, Mindy, 20. This was her second time writing it after she wasn't satisfied with her results last year. Mindy and I aren't exactly close, but we meet via family once or twice a month. My dad was always comparing me to my cousin. It was always, "Oh, your cousin is writing this math Olympiad. Why aren't you?" And, "Oh, Mindy's doing calculus. Why aren't you?" It felt a little unfair to me, since she was older than me and a grade above, so of course I didn't know what the heck she was studying or writing. Fast forward to last year, Mindy fails to do well in the entrance exams and takes a drop year to try again. My dad said something along the lines of, "Even Mindy failed. You need to work harder," and pushes me like crazy. I'd be watching TV and he says, "I bet Mindy's studying right now." Finally, our results came out 2 weeks ago, and I did great. Better than Mindy. She did better than last year, but not great, unfortunately. I won't lie, but let's say I was super happy, not just from doing well in the exams. I was happy because I did better than Mindy, and it felt like I was finally the better cousin. The event in question happened last week at my grandparents' birthday party. They congratulated both Mindy and me. After dinner, we started talking about my future plans and stuff. I mentioned what university I had decided to go to, and then Mindy piped up, and she was just absolutely crapping over my plans for no reason. We're talking about the most passive-aggressive comments about my grades and how I got lucky in the exams. Apparently, she can't picture me in a lab or studying in university, and always thought I'd pick something that suited me more, like becoming a PT teacher. I don't hate our PT teachers, but she said a bunch of stuff that implied I'm a stupid musclehead and not suited for academic stuff. Finally, Mindy outright said, "You're gonna flunk out anyway, so why not just clear the way for the deserving students?" To which I replied that sure, I'd love to do that and thanked her for her service in improving other students' ranks for 2 years straight and said, "Keep it up." She got angry and asked me what I meant, and I said she sure was talking a lot for a 20-year-old NEET living with her mommy. I did not stop there, and we argued for a while. She kept repeating that I was too stupid for school and made comments insinuating that I'm cheating on the exam. I did say something along the lines of, "You aren't exactly a genius either. You couldn't do any better even after an extra year," after she called me stupid. She started sobbing and her parents gave me the dirtiest looks. I got a lecture from almost everyone at the table, ranging from "be more understanding" to "you need to get over yourself." Yeah, it may have been years of resentment built up, but it was the truth, and she deserved it. I feel sorry for her, but I also kinda don't. Am I the idiot? Wow, OP. I hope you carry cream to hand out after a burn like that. Not the idiot. She and her achievements have been shoved down your throat for years. Sadly, everyone thinks so little of you. You proved them wrong, and it's still not enough for them. She's jealous of you doing really well and a gaslighter for making everyone believe she was the victim here. So stick that middle finger up and march off to uni, where she can take as many gap years as she wants. And if I were the gambling sort, I would wager good money that if Mindy's grades had been better than OP's, the whole family would have held a "let's all praise Mindy and dump on OP" party throughout the dinner. Instead, OP was the one who did better on the exams, and somehow they all still found a way to make OP the one at fault. Every one of them can flake off into the sun. I hope OP goes to a university far away and starts a new life that only includes contact with them on her terms. I'm the same. I'll never start a fight, but by God, I'll end it. OP's replies were epic. She started the fight and is whining about being hit back first. And tell everyone that your father has been using her example to emotionally abuse you for at least a decade. So blame him for you having a short fuse on this topic. I, 29 female, have 2 nieces, Joy and Kate, both teens. Joy is my sister's child, and Kate is my brother's. Joy and Kate do a lot of activities together and share many milestones. They recently passed a certain level of the language they're learning, and the family all congratulated them. I make homemade jewelry as a hobby. Nothing expensive, but everyone compliments me and says my pieces are lovely. For passing the language level, I told Joy and Kate that I'm in the process of making 2 necklaces, and they'll each get one on a certain day. I finished the necklace just the night before. In the morning, Joy video called me and said some emergencies on her father's side of the family came up, and she couldn't go to my house. I told her it was okay and showed her the necklaces, one in green and one in yellow. Joy asked if she could have the green one, and I said yes. Later, Kate and her mom came to my house. My sister-in-law said Joy probably wouldn't stop by for the necklace today, as she heard there was some emergency. I told her Joy already called me earlier and got her pick. Kate and her mother asked what I meant, and I showed them the necklaces, telling them the green one was for Joy and Kate could have the yellow one. Kate complained that because she was so pale, the yellow necklace won't stand out as much with her skin tone, and I should have kept the green one for her. My sister-in-law said they came to see me first, so they should get first pick, not Joy, who called. I told them the necklaces are both beautiful and made with love, and I'm sure Joy would be happy to lend Kate her necklace sometimes. I know they're acting entitled, but I wonder if I'm the idiot for how I treat the girls. Info: if the necklaces were supposed to be gifts for the girls, why didn't they get to choose the color before you started? If you take the time to make something for someone, wouldn't you want the color to be intentional? Either it's a color the girl chose, or it's a color you think would look nice on them. You wouldn't be an idiot if you had simply wrapped the gifts and put names on them like a normal person. You know, put a modicum of thought into it and give each cousin the one you think best suits them. Whenever 2 people get their pick, the right call is to have 3 choices. That way, each person actually has a choice. Otherwise, it's exactly what you have here. One gets a choice, and the other feels like they got the leftovers. You set them up for one to be disappointed if they both wanted the same piece? You should have simply gifted each of them a specific piece. You are the idiot. You clearly favor Joy. Otherwise, you wouldn't have let her choose her necklace like that without Kate knowing or having them discuss it together. That's really sad for Kate. She worked hard too, and you hurt her like that. Shame on you. Fix this. Apologize to her and ask her what color she wants for her necklace. Then make it for her. I, 28 female, am 33 weeks pregnant. My husband and I have a young son and a tween daughter. My mom took the kids for a few days so I could rest because I haven't slept much more than 3 hours a night for going on 2 weeks. Pregnancy, bladder, and insomnia. And my husband works really long hours, 12+ hour shifts daily, as he's the manager and the company is short-staffed. She picked up the kids last night. So basically, I texted my husband at around 11 a.m. and told him I was going for a nap. I hadn't gotten to bed before 4 a.m. and was up at 7 a.m. I fell asleep almost instantly, so I didn't get any of the texts my husband sent me. Well, at like maybe 1 p.m., I woke up to the dog being tossed on the bed with me, who proceeded to get my face. She's not allowed on the bed, so when she's up there, she acts like a psycho. I push her off of me in a sleeping daze and look up to see my husband smirking. I asked him why the heck he would do that, and he goes, "She just wanted mama snuggles, and I wanted to bring you out for lunch." So I said, "Are you serious right now?" and got up and stormed out of the room. I was absolutely livid. I was finally getting sleep, and that's disrupted by a dog smothering my face because he decided to leave work early to treat me now that I don't have the kids, and it doesn't sit well with me. He knows how tired I am. He says I'm an idiot because he just wanted to do something nice for me, but I argued that if he wanted to do something nice for me, he probably shouldn't have thrown the dog on the bed with me, knowing how she would act when I was finally getting some sleep. Not the idiot. If he actually just wanted to do something nice for you and had truly good intentions, he would apologize the second he realized it totally fell flat. Intentions aren't worth crap when the end result is to cause you more distress. Oh, honey, his smirk showed his true intentions. Knowing the dog isn't allowed on the bed showed his true intentions. I swear, there's a real breed of man who cannot handle if his wife is sleeping and he isn't. It's real. Start locking the door, OP. I used to have one of these. He'd wake me up, knowing that I always struggled to fall asleep. I would typically be asleep about 3 hours after him, but he kept insisting on waking me up barely 10 minutes after he woke up because he missed me. Definitely an ex for a reason. Yeah, the dude takes off work to be around his wife when she finally gets to be by herself. If he had good intentions, he would have noticed OP hadn't responded to his text and brought lunch home or made lunch at home then, when OP was still sleeping, written a note letting her know lunch was in the fridge and he had taken the dog for a walk before going on with his day. I thought this was funny too, that he magically doesn't have to work crazy long as soon as he has no responsibilities at home. Completely overwhelmed and overly tired wife, no help can be provided, and there's no way to be home on time. No kids? Let's end work in the middle of the day, and let's wake her up to entertain me. OP, stop having kids with this guy.